Hi everyone, I'm Marla Miller from marlamiller.com presenting our 107th Quick Query Critique. If you see me looking down a lot, I've had some trouble with YouTube, and so I decided to try iMovie, and I really like it. For those of you who have a Mac and have a hard time shifting, it's worth it. It's a very cool program. Okay, let's get going on this 107th query letter. Dear Blank, I'm seeking representation for my manuscript Man of Her Dream, a contemporary romance. The main character, Leslie Stone, is officially unattached and determined to ignore the so-called rules as to how a lady should act, which makes her extremely dangerous. And when her car breaks down, she becomes a woman with little cash, no transportation, and nothing left to lose. The scrolling marquee above the biker bar intrigues her. Maybe she can win some money to fix her car in the back of the mechanical bull. Jay Westfield grew up with a showgirl mother in Harvey's traveling carnival. She deserted him the morning after a man was murdered by her jealous boyfriend. Jay learned to steer clear of women who use their body to distract a man from his better judgment, especially those who flaunt themselves for money. Unfortunately, since he's the mechanic fixing Leslie's car, when he sees her on the back of old iron, he feels obligated to keep her safe from the unwanted advances of burly biker named Spike. Toss in a bodacious bar girl named Sally, and the mysterious tarot card reader, Madame Luella, who is actually Jay's absent mother. The journey takes on excitement of an old-fashioned fair. A stuffed doll named Mr. Jingles is up to a few tricks of his own, knowing exactly the kind of man that will make Leslie happy. Man of Her Dreams is complete at 75,000 words. I'm a 10-year member of Romance Writers of America and have had articles published in several RWA chapter newsletters. My novella Blank will be released in May 2012 by Blank Press. I've also published stories in Blank magazines. Man of Her Dreams earned perfect scores in several contests. I look forward to hearing from you should you be interested in reading more. Sincerely. Okay, so what do I think of Man of Her Dreams? Now, I just want to let you all know that she sent me just a two-line intro to this and said that, you know, while she's had some success in getting some of her stories published, this query was not being received well. So she wondered if I could help. And, you know, I don't know that I can, but I'm going to give it a good try. I actually think that it's just too pithy. You know, she's got everything in here, but it almost sounds like a book jacket blurb. And so I don't really know as much about the story as I think that I could. It has a paranormal feel to it, and the reason why I say this is because a stuffed doll named Mr. Jingles is up to a few tricks of his own, knowing exactly the kind of man that will make Leslie happy. Well, if a stuffed doll has human attributes, then this is, you know, a fantasy, yes? And so if this is a fantasy, then I would encourage her to define it as that. She defines it as contemporary romance. If the stuffed doll is, you know, doesn't have any human-like qualities, then that's a red herring in this letter. And a red herring means that it sends us down a road that you don't want us going down because it's a dead end. So you might want to take a look at that and fix that. Also, you might want to look at your sentence structure. You have a lot of fragments here, and again, if this were a book jacket blurb, you might be able to get away with that, but at this point, it just sounds like you want to get all the hands on deck, but you don't really want to tell us too much about anyone. So I think that may be why this letter is not being as successfully received as perhaps your other query letters have been. So I would just dig in a little bit deeper, and since this is Leslie's story, and you know, she's a girl who wants to do things her way, I would maybe, you know, add a little bit more of a dimension to her. The query letter says that she's extremely dangerous because she's not interested in the rules that ladies are supposed to conform to. And then in the next sentence, and when her car breaks down, she becomes a woman with little cash, no transportation, and nothing left to lose. Well, you know, that might also be a bit off-putting because just because your car breaks down and you don't have a lot of money in your pocket doesn't mean you have nothing else to lose. So you might want to just look at that a little bit, and out of a sense of desperation, maybe she gets on the bull, but she's scared. And so again, if this is a contemporary romance with real life people in it, then give us a little more depth to these people, because right now they're just kind of bullets in this query letter. I'm not going to say any more than that about it. I hope that this is, I don't really think that there's anything else to say. I mean, it's a boy meets girl, boy and girl have conflict, boy and girl end up together. That's classic romance novels, but let's give a little depth to it. So maybe flesh out your two main characters a bit more, and maybe that will help people respond more favorably to this query letter. I hope that this is helpful. Until the next time, be well.